All right. Okay. Still iterating on the title sequence, as you can see. And we had a few technical difficulties before we got the show up and running today. My apologies to our very special guest. Anabelle was going to be back to tinker with us today, and like so many people, she's having some issues with her internet connection, so she couldn't join us today. But we are here and we're very excited to be with you today. We're going to be working today with the simplest of all possible materials list. What you're going to need today is the marble from yesterday. We're going to keep playing around with various ways to make things happen with marbles. If you have 2 marbles, that would be fantastic. I don't have 2 marbles, and instead I am going to use PK's ring from yesterday, this little metal ring that she found that rolls really well. And I'm going to see, can I get a marble to come down a track and kind of kick this ring and get it to go into the goal? So that's what we're going to try to do. And we're going to try to do it using only sticky notes. Only sticky notes. And the only tool we're going to need to work with sticky notes is a pair of scissors. So that's our materials for today, almost nothing. We'll use the same big piece of cardboard that we had yesterday. So if you have a piece of a box that has a little flap, that's great. Just tape the flap down to the table and put something under it to make it have a slope so the marble will roll down. And that's all you need to create a marble playground. So if you take a look, you'll see over here is our marble playground for the day. And I've put this piece of blue tape just around the edge to make it look fancy. And you can see I've got one little ramp piece in here. And that's where we're going to start with. So I think you probably have most of what we need. And while you're gathering that together, let me just say hello and welcome to Tinkering with Gever. I'm Gever, and this is my workshop. I'm here 4 days a week using common materials to do interesting things. If you'd like to do the activity with me, at the end of every show, I announce the materials we need for the next day's show. So I try to give you a little bit of time at the beginning of the show to get your materials together, get everything ready. And I think we're ready to start here. So I'll stop talking for a minute, and I'm just going to set up one more piece of track over here. to get us started with getting the marble track system going. And one of the things I've discovered in making these marble tracks is the Post-it note is bigger than I need. It's just, if I turn this into a little piece of marble track, then I end up with a whole bunch of paper up here in my way. And so I've just been kind of chopping that off. And I'm not even being very careful. I don't know how much of that it was. It's just shorter enough to be useful. So now I think if I take my marble and I start it over here, you can see I've got 2 segments to my track. So I'm just going to add a few more pieces that are just going to make the marble zigzag down the cardboard. And yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Yours can be however yours wants to be. And yesterday, PK showed us that it doesn't even have to be a marble. It can be a metal ring. Now, my ramp is not as steep as PK's was. So this ring seems to just kind of park when it's here. But if I make this a little steeper, you can see that it could roll. Almost goes like a marble does, but it keeps falling over on its side. So we'll have to figure out how to keep that from happening. But when this is steep, you can see the marble just rolls so easily. It gets going so fast, it shoots off the board. So I'm gonna just keep it at this gentle slope and see if we can get this ring to go into the goal instead of the marble. And I think I'll just put 2 more pieces of rail or bumper on the board to give us something to work with. So and I'm just going to keep doing, well, maybe I'll mix it up. What if I had a piece over here that just sort of fed? So I had a long straight stretch here, and the marble will go all the way here and then come down and go into the goal. Let's try that and make one more. Feed that piece of track and just cut it down to size. Okay. I got to practice making these yesterday, so I've gotten a little bit faster at it. Uh-oh. So it's going too fast when it hits this corner. We could make a little sort of stopper for it to run into by cutting a strip off of a Post-it, off of a sticky note, and putting it right here for the marble to run into before it runs off the board. And because this is so long, the marble is just going faster and faster. And when it hits here, it's jumping off the board as well. So I'll make another little stopper to keep it from running away. One of the things when I'm making a sort of machine or a contraption like this, that's a really good word, contraption. I might have to add that to our words list. When I'm making a contraption like this, one of the things I like is to try and get it so that it works every time. That's called reliability. And when it's reliable, then I know it's a good contraption. So that's a pretty nice, that's twice in a row that it worked. Let's see if we can get 3 times in a row. So 3 times in a row is a pretty good definition of reliable. And if it's reliable, then it's a good contraption. And because I'm just enjoying saying this word over and over again, I'm going to write it right here. And contraption has a lot of letters in it. So I'm going to start way over at the end here. Contraption, T-I-O-N. Look at how little my O is. Contraption. So a contraption is any collection of parts and gears and levers and bumpers and bits of paper and whatever that make some kind of action happen. So a contraption might be as simple as a paintbrush taped onto the end of a stick because you can't reach the ceiling to paint it. So you made yourself a painter contraption. That's a perfectly good contraption. Or it's a piece of cardboard taped to a table with a marble running down it in an interesting way. So because I like this word so much, I'm going to quickly put it up on the wall using a piece of tape. And remember this word, because we might come back to this word later in the show, maybe tomorrow. Contraption. That's what we're working on, a contraption. Let's take a look here. So we've got this marble and it's running all the way down our board, hitting a stopper and going into this little goal. Now the question is, could we get it to bump into this ring and get the ring to go into the goal instead? So if I have it here, the ring seems like it wants to go down that little ramp and go into the goal. So what we need is a way for this marble to get it moving. So really what we need is a little way to have it be waiting for the marble to hit it. We could try that. Let's just see if we can knock it into the goal. Okay, we got both into the goal. And that makes me think, if both pieces go, the marble is going to end up loose. Yeah. So I think this ramp, this seems to me like a really good place for some iteration, because we're going to have to adjust the angle of this ramp until it's just perfect. And the ring will rest there, but then start rolling when the marble hits it. So we'll have to iterate a little bit. Iterate. Okay. All right. So we can see that the ramp is too steep to hold the ring without having the ring just start rolling right away. Still too steep. Ah, okay. Let's try it. Well, that was pretty good, but the marble came shooting off this way, and the ring, every time the marble hit a wall up here, the ring started scooching forward. And that time it didn't quite go. So I think we're not quite reliable yet. And I think maybe we'll start with a bumper right here to keep the marble from shooting off the end of the last ramp. Just gonna put that right there. And these little bumpers are awfully tall. I'm gonna cut them down. Okay, so put this back in place. And then we try again. So that was pretty good, but it wasn't the marble that banged into it. It was when the marble hit the bumper, the ring started rolling. Yeah, so I don't actually have to hit the ring. I only have to hit the bumper. So maybe this is still too steep of an angle, and this isn't going to wait for the marble to hit it. So I'm going to try flattening it out just a little bit more, just making tiny little changes. Try here. So we're still running down the hill because of the marble hitting the wall, not hitting the ring. And that makes me think that I might not be moving it very much when I'm adjusting it. So I'm going to draw the line that shows where the bumper is now. I'm drawing on the cardboard, not the sticky note. I mean, I'm drawing on the sticky note a little bit, but now when I pick this up, I've got that line that's showing where it was. So if I want it to be a little bit flatter, and now I've got a little gap right there to tell me that I've moved the bumper in the right direction. Let's try this again. Oh, and that seems much more stable. Okay. Now, this is running away. So maybe we need something that keeps the marble, whoops. And this is still bumping loose, so we might not be quite flat enough. Yeah. Let's try this one more time. Just going to adjust it. And this is what iteration really means, trying over and over again and making it a little bit better each time until it is completely reliable, till every time we try it, it does exactly what we meant it to. So that time, the ring rolled right past the goal, which is not what I intended it to do. Let's try this one more time. Okay, so that time it worked, the previous time it didn't, and we have to catch the marble. I think that we might have to come up with a little bit more of a, like our contraption is missing something. Our contraption is missing something, and we just have to think of something that would catch the marble so it doesn't go running away, and something that will make sure that the ring doesn't roll off in the wrong direction. And so maybe while we're thinking about that, we could check in with our friend, Captain Banana.
Hi, Gever.
Hi, Captain Banana.
Hi.
So nice to see you. We've missed you these past few days. Have you been?
I've missed you guys too. I've been on vacation.
Ah, that's good because you know, a hardworking banana needs a little bit of time to relax.
It's true. You don't want to get too ripe.
That's right. That's
Gotta
right.
stay fresh.
You have some fabulous treasure to show us from the Banana Castle?
I do. I have this.
Oh, a bungee cord.
No, it's a banana safety belt. Haven't you seen one of these?
A banana safety belt. No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen a banana safety belt. No.
So this is the baby size. You can get different sizes, but what you do is you just hook it around like this. One size fits most, but for an adult banana, you might need a bigger one. But yeah, it's a banana safety belt. You just hook it like that. And you can hook it around a tree or on a branch. And depending on how many baby bananas you have in there or how many grown bananas you have in there,
Onto
hook it like that.
onto the roof of your car if you had some lumber or something you wanted to keep on your luggage rack. A bungee cord, right?
I don't have a car. I live in a banana castle and I hang out in trees, but I think it would probably work for that because it's really stretchy and you've got the hooks, but we use it like a safety belt.
Wow. That's a remarkable thing you have. I also appreciate that it's the same color as a banana.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how you know it's for bananas, I suppose.
Yep, they've got to be yellow.
So, you know, a lot of times when you show me something from the Banana Castle, it does more than one thing.
Yes, this has multiple functions. So it's a safety belt, like I said. You can also use it as a baby swing. You know, if you just have a bunch of bananas and they're taking a little nap.
Uh-huh.
So it's a banana baby swing. And then we also use it as if you have enough of these,
Yeah.
you can use them as a trap to catch monkeys.
A monkey trap.
Yeah.
You might have to explain to me how that works, because in this country, we don't have any monkeys.
Well, we've got plenty of them where I'm from, so we're always on the lookout. And something that we like to do, it's almost like having a fence, but it's a monkey net, and you can make them out of your banana belts.
Ah.
Yeah.
Your banana belt. Okay. That is a great and useful thing, especially if you had so many monkeys that were coming in and trying to get your baby bananas. That might.
I know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it keeps you safe on multiple levels.
I always think of a monkey as a very cute thing, but I suppose to a banana, it's a little bit like a lion.
They're ferocious.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for monkeys.
Yeah, watch out for monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I will always look up when I'm walking in the forest from now on.
You should. I have a banana joke for you.
No, a new one?
Yeah, a new one. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. I've braced myself. Yes.
Okay. What do you call two banana skins?
What do you call two banana skins? I don't know. What do you call two banana skins?
A pair of slippers.
Oh, I see. A pair of slippers. Yes. Yes, I think I get that joke.
Okay, I have one more for you before I go.
Oh, okay. I can handle two.
Okay, what does a banana say when they answer the telephone?
Hello?
Close. Yellow.
Oh, oh my goodness. That was too silly. I, I feel like I should have guessed that. I feel like,
Well, I thought that I had given you a hint with the banana belt, but maybe not.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing another one of your amazing treasures.
You're so welcome, and I'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Captain Banana.
Bye.
Sayuri, one of the cameras here in the fabulous isolation studio is making a strange beeping noise.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I'm just going to take a look because it keeps making a sound. I think it's okay. The document camera is working. Okay. I don't know. It's a
I
mystery.
couldn't hear anything.
Oh, good. Good. Well, shall we get back to our iteration? Or
Maybe first we should just take a quick stretch.
let's do that. Do you have a good stretch for us today?
Yeah, I thought we'd just keep it simple again today. You know, I've been sitting at this production studio for a long time, so I thought we'd just do some neck stretches.
Okay.
You know, interlacing hands behind the neck and
Behind-
just
Oh, and then
seeing how far you can put it forward.
so am I pulling gently forward? Is that what's happening?
You can just let your head gently fall like a bowling ball.
Ah, like a bowling ball. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little side to side action.
Okay.
Awesome.
All limbered up, ready to tinker. Okay. So when we think about the marble and the ring, when we think about these, what we're trying to set up is a little bit of a chain reaction. This is going to come down and bonk into the ring, and the ring is going to roll on, but we want the marble to stop. So what I thought of actually when I was trying to answer Captain Banana's first riddle, is I thought that maybe this should roll down and we just catch it with a bumper, and then the ring could be on the other side of the bumper, and maybe that impact would go through the bumper and nudge this, but keep the marble. So I'm going to try to set that up, and to make it more visible, I'm going to use one of these colors. Which color shall I use today?
I like yellow.
Yellow. Okay, goes nice with the green, I think. Okay. So I'm going to just make another bumper out of yellow, and the yellow parts will be the sort of mechanisms that we build to change the behavior of the whole system, so that we can achieve our goal of having the marble trigger the ring into rolling down. This I made a little too wide. Trigger the ring into rolling into the goal for us. And if we get it to work here, maybe we can get it to work further up the track so that the ring has more of a starring role in this adventure on cardboard. Adventure on cardboard. Okay, so I've got a little place where I'm going to catch the marble. And because these pieces of paper sort of bend when the marble hits them, I think that might just give a nudge to the ring. So now I'm going to put the ring in. I've got the ring kind of pushing up against the back of the bumper, and we're going to try it. Ah, and now we have the problem that this just likes to roll in a straight line right off the board. So let's just try this one more time, because that worked better than I expected it to. I thought that I was going to have to iterate, and then I didn't. So let's try it one more time. So that one went in. So sometimes it rolls off, and sometimes it goes in. Let's see. And that time it went off. So it's not reliable the way that we would like it to be, because for some reason this ring sometimes likes to roll in a straight line, and sometimes it likes to roll out and turn down into the goal. So maybe we just need a little thing for it to run into. And I'm going to make that out of yellow. And if we can put this in the right spot, it should give that ring something to run into. So let's try that and see what happens when it rolls in. Okay. Oh, it banged into it and then it turned in here. So that kind of works. I think we have it further, we have it closer than we need to. It was sort of partly blocking the goal. So let's try it again. Okay, that's starting to look pretty reliable. So that was one. We need it to work 3 times in a row. 2, drum roll please. That's not really a drum noise. Here we go. Oh, and it rolled away too soon. So it means we have a problem where this is just not stable here. Let's try that again. Okay, so if this bumper is leaning back a little bit, then the ring sits a little further back, and it might even be caught on, if I use these scissors as a pointer, I think the ring is sitting behind this piece of paper when this is leaning back, and when this is forward, it's sitting on the green piece of paper right here. So I think if we just always remember to lean this back, it might work every time. 1 run. Make sure it's leaning back. Yeah, the ring kind of catches right behind the piece of paper of that bumper. 2 runs. I'm pretty sure we've got this figured out now. 3 runs. Okay. So if we catch it behind here, then it works every time. Then that's pretty good. So I think that's a pretty good working mechanism. Now, somewhere here in the workshop is a bag of 100 marbles. And if I can find those, tomorrow, we're going to try a marble cascade where 1 marble makes 2 marbles go and 2 marbles make 4 marbles go. And we'll see if we can trigger a chain reaction that creates a cascade of marbles that are just raining down the board. I mean, I'm not sure how many we can fit on that board, but I do think that we should be able to get at least 8. Today, I did it with a marble and a metal ring. I bet you have two rolly things at home that could do the job. If I can't find marbles, I was thinking about other small round things that I have that I might be able to make work. So maybe you can come up with something that works. It's time for one cool thing, Sayuri.
It
And
is.
yes, I have a surprise for you here at Isolation Studios. I went, that was a great surprise face. I went out into the wilds of the yard out in front of the studio, and I got this little leaf you can see here. And if you look, it has a little white edge around the edge of the leaf. Do you know what that white edge is?
Is it fuzzy?
Well, I want to show you something kind of amazing. I attached a microscope to my computer.
Wow.
Ta-da! So each of those black lines is 1 millimeter apart. And I'm gonna sneak this leaf in to the microscope, and you are gonna be amazed at how fuzzy it is.
Wow.
How about that? That's actually the back of it. I kind of gave away my big reveal. There's the front of the little white fringe. And when I first put it under there, I was like, what is that? And then I turned it over, and marvel of marvels, there it was. And you know what else I found on the bottom of this leaf is a little insect egg.
Wow.
Yeah. I showed that to Dr. Nature in a photograph, and he says that he has no idea what kind of egg that is. Yeah.
Amazing.
It could be it could be literally any kind of egg at this point. We don't know enough. So I am going to keep this leaf on a moist towel in a small jar, and we're going to check in on that egg a little bit later and see if we see what kind of creature it might be as the egg grows. That brings us, I think, to the end of our show today. I want to do a very special thanks for Anabelle trying to connect with our show and play with us with marbles. We would have loved to have had you, Anabelle. I know you're out there trying to watch it. We would have loved to have had you, and we will have you back on the show to play with us next week. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. It's our second week. I think I'm saying half as many ums now, which is good progress. We are iterating the show as much as we're iterating the marble track. And oh, I wanted to thank Captain Banana for coming back on. She is working hard, I know, out there in the Banana Castle, and anytime we can get a visit in with her is fantastic. So that's the end. Remember, the biggest playground. Oh, Sayuri, we forgot to tell people, we're starting to get some videos. Please, if you build a cardboard marble track using sticky notes, tag your video with, wait for it. Shoot, I'm missing my special sign. Mail us at twg@tinkeringschool.com if you would like to be on the show, or if you have uploaded a video somewhere that you think we should look at. You can also just tag us at Tinkering School on every social media platform. So if you make something interesting, share it. We're all loving getting to see your contraptions. And that, I believe, is the end. Remember, The biggest playground in the world is right up here in your mind. Stay busy, have fun, and share your inventions with us. Thanks for joining us today, everybody.